Hello, Movie 21. I have done some things over here. As you can see, there's more stuff in the palette. I'm going to show you right now that I have color coded quite a bit of this, and I've done all what I consider to be the left and right sides of my sections. Let me zoom out just a second to show you. Okay, that's enough. That's fine. Whoops, oh, shut up. Not you. My stupid Photoshop. Okay, so what I've done is look over here on this side right there. I'm going to turn off the layers that are right there, and you know I can turn them back on. So I'm going to go dark, medium, and in this case I went light and light because I blurred that, you remember? Now look at this. I have this section right over here, and I have, which I'm going to draw next or paint next, which is going to be the lighter values in this section. Now, if you break this down into different sections, look at how I have the middle area right here. Then I have the bangs area right there. So what I've done is I've gone middle left. This raw sienna color or orange is my middle left. Then I have the bangs, which I've got in purple, which are going to be over here. Now let's start down here. The same red that is for the bottom stuff down here is now for the bottom stuff over here. Now I call the bottom stuff this right there. So let me turn on this layer so you can see, and look at how I'm going to call this the bottom stuff. This is the middle stuff right here, and then these are the bangs. Now you see this one layer right here that actually, let me hit the V key. See this one layer that actually, I'm going to zoom in, I'm sorry. See this one layer that actually has the hair that flies off in this direction? I'm going to ignore that for now, or I should actually have a third layer, which is between the middle, and I might even call it the upper small one. So gosh, I don't want to take the time to do that. So I'm going to make three, but I probably should. I should make 3 layers, and I'm going to just double click the bottom one and hit Command C. Now I'm going to double click this one and I'm going to hit Command V. A dog is going to bark in a few minutes, and I'm going to call it number 2. Okay, so I'm going to double click the medium one here, Command C, double click this one, hit Command V and add a number 2 to it, double click, whoops, wrong one, double click this one, Command C or Control C, double click this one, Control V number 3, I'll save the file, and why I'm doing that is I'll take these and I'll shift click them and I will color them. See, there's a dog barking because now we're getting a pizza. So let me color that one yellow, maybe? Yeah, that's fine. So now I'm going to use that for this section right next to the bangs, okay? Now, I should tell you, now that I'm looking at this carefully, is her right bangs on this side, I'll call it her right bangs. Her right bangs are really the left bangs are over the right bangs. So I have this in the wrong order. So what I should do is put these bangs here that are going to be on the left. If you can see bangs left, I have bangs right over here. I'm going to make a subtle change to this, and I'm going to shift click these layers here. Let me shift click them, and let me move them down below these. Now I'm going to change the color on those because obviously I don't want to have those the same color. Whoops, sorry. Let me click this one and right hand click on all 3 of these. Okay, it's all 3 of these, and let me right hand click. And let's go, what should I do? Green? Green is fine. So I'll just have to read them, okay? Meaning you can see that this hair is underneath that hair. So I am going to use this movie. Oh, I have to apologize for the last movie. I forgot to actually use my microphone, my exterior microphone on the last one, but the I show you window, that's my movie making window. It actually uses by default the computer's microphone, so I don't think the sound is too bad on it, so please bear with me. I'm sorry, I'm not going to redo that movie, but what I want to do now is I want to go through a process of speeding this up. So watch how I click to all of these layers, turning the clicky copy on and off so I can see it. So I'm going to make a duplicate copy of the clicky copy, and I'm going to put it just as the top layer here, so I don't have to keep on looking. See how I can actually get to that right there? Let me make this a little bit longer. Okay, I pretty much have everything on the screen the way that I need it, as you can see, and I'll hit Command S or Control S to save the file. So what I'm going to do is start working these areas right here, dark, medium, and light. And then later on, I'm going to use not going to try it to do it now. I'll use a layer mask on practically every one of these layers to finesse the edges of the hair. So I'm just going to blast the hair in right now. So I hit the B key. I have to make sure that my jitter is on. So you remember, we have to go up to the brush menu. And in the brush menu, because I changed it, I now have shape dynamics back on because I'm using the brush on, look at this, pen pressure. So let's turn this off and let's save the file one last time because I don't remember last time I saved. And let me make the brush smaller, about that big. And now let's do a test. So I told you I was going to begin the highlights on this section right over here. So let's zoom into that section, and I'm going to not talk anymore. So watch when I go from dark to medium to light, dark to medium to light, dark to medium to light. I'm going to try not to make an error. So you know that I'm using the R key to turn this when I need to. Okay, and the space bar to move this up when I need to. So I'm going to use the Option key to grab my color once I'm in the B key, and then that's pretty much it for everything. So I'm going to grab this light value, and then I'm going to make sure I'm painting at the right flow. Oh, my flow was at 8. Remember, I had it up at 50. So I'm going to put it up somewhere around 50 and hit the return key, and then I'm going to do a quick test. So I'm going to turn this off. You know what? I have the other one on as well, so I have to turn that one off. Okay, so I'm going to go down and now get that on the screen the way it is. Now, at this point, I should be fast forwarding from this point on. Okay, so I just want to grab that light value, which I did, and I'm going to zoom this down, move this up, and then I'm just going to paint. Yeah, that's a good size. So now I should be okay, and I'm just going to actually didn't want the highlights there, but I don't even care. Okay, I didn't want the highlights there. So I will come back and talk to you when I'm actually done painting. Okay, to actually end this first series of hair and Wacom tablet applications, I have done something, or I'm going to do something actually, which is going to help with the hair. Now I'm going to turn off the layer of hair that I've already done, which is this one right here. And you saw maybe as I was working how the hair began as the background layer, or I'm sorry, above the background layer, and I've actually moved it up in the layer palette so that it became in front of some of the different objects like the face, so I could use that to my benefit. Each one of these layers that I'm going to click in a little while, I'm going to actually add a layer mask to a lot of these layers, and I'm going to, like I did on this left hand side over here on the bottom, I'm going to eliminate some of these hairs, but I want to help the whole situation of the hair out. So I'm going to turn this layer off again, and I'm going to show you that I'm going to actually duplicate that layer. So I'm going to pick up the hair layer now that I've got it about a quarter of the way done in refinement, and I'm going to duplicate it. Now I'm going to move it below the hair layer, and I'm going to turn off the hair layer, and then I'm going to open this hair copy layer, and I'm going to click on the first layer of it and go all the way down to the last layer. And I'm going to hit Command E or Control E to merge those. So now I have one copy, I'll just turn it off and on, one copy of all the hair on one layer. But now I'm going to Gaussian blur that. So I'm going to go up to that Gaussian blur command in filter, and I'm going to Gaussian blur it by about 8 or 9 pixels, okay? And what it's going to do is I'm going to turn on the hair layer now, and if I turn off this Gaussian blurred layer, you can see that underneath it adds a body of value. And to the hair layer, to the actual hair layer, I'm actually going to rename the hair copy layer hair blurred. And then I'm going to click on the hair layer, and I could choose if I wanted to reduce just a miniature amount of opacity out of it. And then I have to study, I'm going to turn off the blurred layer now and open up the hair layer. Then I have to study different sections. Like I know, for instance, that this purple area are those bangs off to this side. So what I can do is just keep my eye on those, and if I see that some of these need softening, like you see this hair, it's nowhere near done. I just want you to understand that hair over here is nowhere near done. I've only given this about 35 to 40 minutes on screen, so I'm going to turn this on. You can see I have all the flyaway hairs that I have to do above, but if I click the clicky copy on and off, you can see that some of my hairs here, I don't have the flyaway hairs, and I don't have a lot of the medium hairs, but this dark hair is too dark. So what I want to do is find out what layer that's on. Easily I could hit the V key and hold my cursor down over that and right hand click, and it should go to the bangs on the left. So that's pretty much where the dark stuff is. So I could click the layer mask, hit the B key, make sure I'm not in Shape Dynamics. You know, I've said that, and you saw me do that a bunch of times in switching this back and forth. So I have to turn off Shape Dynamics, close the brush palette, and then put the flow down to a reasonable amount where I can control it on a layer mask, which is, I don't know, 8, 9, or 10. Now, I'm going to make the brush bigger, and I'm painting in black so you can see how I can actually reduce the hairs as they go into the face and make that look more gentle. Okay, and I can keep on doing this for a lot of this file in reducing the amount. Oops, I did that too small. So, and I don't even care about these hairs on the outside. You know that a layer mask, I'm turning this on, a layer mask could eliminate those. And I need lights and darks, and I need so much more hair. But that gives you an impression of the kind of resolution. I need a lot more brights on the top here, and I could use even color range to help me get those bright areas. Okay, in fact, I might demonstrate that right in front of you here. So I'm going to turn that on the screen. I'm going to turn off the clicky copy, and we're going to find the bangs over to the one side, and I'm going to turn them all off so I can make sure, yes, that's the bangs on that side. Then I'm going to just grab the lasso, and I'm just going to grab the highlights, which I could eliminate the ones that get too much. I'm going to grab those highlights on this side of the bangs. So I've surrounded it with a marquee. I'm going to click the clicky copy. We're going to go in, and we're going to go to color range, and I'm going to zoom into this color range, and I want to grab with the eyedropper that value right there, and then I don't want it at 115. I want to come down to about that much, which is 60 or 65 or something. And now I'm going to come back out with it, and then I'm going to save that selection. As I've told you, this is going to be highlights on her left bangs. I realize it's her right bangs, but I'm just going to say left bangs for my working on it. Now I'm going to hit Command H. Now I'm going to put a new layer. I'm going to turn off the clicky copy. I'm going to brighten this color here just a bit, because I can always reduce it with a layer mask. Now I'm going to double, triple check that I know where I'm painting. So I'm painting on this side right over here. Well, let me find the bangs again. Okay, there's the bangs. So I'm going to click over here to all of these on. I actually had, oh, you know what? I had the dark. These three layers shouldn't be green now that I see it. I'm going to color them a different color like red, just so I can separate them from my head. Here's the topmost layer of the bangs. So I'm going to click a new layer above it. I will color it green, and I will make sure it says highlights. I'll hit this command, that's to save. Now I'm going to make the brush. It's only painting at 8. I'm going to make it bigger. And now I'm going to show you the selection again. See it? Now let's just run. Let me show you what I'm working with. I want to bring these hairs off the top right there. So let's see if I can run this across, if I indeed get some of those hairs on the top. Now I'm getting some of them. I'm not happy with the amount there. See, color ranging, I'll be honest with you, color ranging and hair strokes are really difficult to try to get clean. So I would much rather try to get those with hand doing them, okay? Because that's looking too much like flyaway hair, which isn't even that pretty on there. No, that's not what I want. Although I should try it again and see if I could put one more layer above that and get the bright value right here, that bright value right there. So, you know, I might as well give it the chance that it's due. So let me surround that area again. Let's just come back up like this. I only really want the top of that. So let's click back up to the clicky copy. Let's quickly enter color range. I'm not even going to save this selection, okay? I just want to grab that right there. See what that got right there? I think that may be good. So let's grab this. Actually, I will save that selection. I will call it highlights 2. Left bangs. Might as well be good about it. Now let's hit Command H. Let's now turn off this. Now I'm going to make this slightly brighter. I've always said make it slightly brighter because you can kill it on a layer mask. And with that one being the one that I'm going to turn off, right? Nope, that's not it. Right there. That's the one I'm going to turn off. I'm going to make a new layer above it. And let's call this, oh, I already did. But that's okay. I'll make another one. Can always get rid of it, right? Now let's take the paintbrush and let's now paint across here, and let's bring off those upper highlights a little bit better, and let's see if I've actually got that. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. So I've actually got that here, and again, I'm not thrilled with the way that color range is grabbing those values. So which is why I didn't go to color range in the first place. So I might just turn them off and do it myself. So what I want to do now is let's go on to the next movie, and I'm going to start refining the hair. I may do some refining off the screen, but all I'm going to do is paint on different layers. The hair totally, if I give myself an estimate on all the hair and finishing it over the neck and in all the flyaways, could take me 3 hours, okay? And that's not a lot of time to do the finessing that it needs to have. And I'm probably including the eyebrows in there because I think it's time this young lady gets some eyebrows. But I will see you in the next movie, and we will, when I open the next movie, I'm going to have some of her hair refined, and I'll tell you how long it took me. But if you let me turn off the clicky copy on and off, I'm getting closer. But the fact is I'm only getting closer. I'm only 25%, 30% there. Okay, and that's not bad. That's not bad. She's looking pretty darn good. I'll see you in the next movie.